It was due to our high level of political maturity and our unique status as a UN Trust territory with a right to independence and sovereign statehood. Dr. E.M.L. Ndele was able to lead our people to self-rule in Boya, becoming the first prime minister and head of government in 1954. Undaunted compiled these historical facts thanks to our news director, Tar Party King, and this is where we end the historical expose for today. You do not want to miss any of our subsequent editions for anything in this world. If you want to get more of such beautiful listings, visit our website at www.abcambertv.com to enjoy the best revolutionary platform broadcasting from Africa to the world. I am Star Smart reporting for Undaunted ABC Amber News.
Now to sports. CAF President Dr. Patrice Motsepe has launched the CAF African Schools Football Program in Maputo, Mozambique. In an event attended by members of the Mozambican government, Manchester United have been fined €8.4 after fans threw objects at Atletico Madrid boss Diego Simeone following the recent Champions League defeat. Ben Stokes has been named England's Test captain, taking over from Joe Root. All-rounder Stokes 30 has scored 5,061 runs and taken 174 wickets in 79 tests and has been vice-captain across 2 spells since 2017. Gab Ellison has more detail.
Latest world sports. CAF President Motsepe launches African School Football Program and meets Mozambique President Nyusi. CAF President Dr. Patrice Motsepe launched the CAF African Schools Football Program in Maputo, Mozambique, in an event attended by members of the Mozambican government, business and football leaders from Mozambique and the COSAFA region. Before the launch, the CAF president met with Mozambique President His Excellency Philip Nyusi, who is passionate about football and whose government supports football. Schools football is at the heart of the long-term development and growth of African football, one of the best investments that we can make to ensure that African football is amongst the best in the world. Is to invest in schools football and football infrastructure for boys and girls at school, amateur and professional level, Dr. Motsepe said. The CAF president presided over the CAF African Schools Football Championship kickoff event at Costa do Sol Stadium alongside the Vice Minister of Education, Manuel Basso, the Sports State Secretary, Carlos Gilberto Mendy, CAF 5th Vice President Kanizat Ibrahim, CAF General Secretary Veron Mosengo Amba, and football presidents from Mozambique, Angola, Comoros, Malawi, Mauritius, South Africa, representatives of other African nations, and the co-founder of the Motsepe Foundation, Dr. Precious Moloi Motsepe. Manchester United fined after fans throw objects at Atletico Madrid's Diego Simeone. Manchester United have been fined $8,420 after fans threw objects at Atletico Madrid boss Diego Simeone following their recent Champions League defeat. Simeone was pelted with missiles as he walked to the tunnel after United's 1-0 loss at Old Trafford. Ralf Rangnick's side were knocked out of the Champions League thanks to a 2-1 defeat on aggregate to Atletico. Rangers £38,900 and Liverpool £8,420 were also fined by UEFA. Rangers must pay a total of €46,250 after fans lit fireworks and the team was deemed responsible for a late kickoff in their 1-0 Europa League loss to Braga on 7th April. Liverpool have been fined €10,000 for a late kickoff in the 3-1 Champions League win at Benfica on April 5th. With manager Jurgen Klopp given a warning. All-rounder Stokes named New England Test captain. Ben Stokes has been named England Test captain, taking over from Joe Root. All-rounder Stokes 30 has scored 5,061 runs and taken 174 wickets in 79 tests and had been vice-captain across 2 spells since 2017. And Bataru 31 stepped down after 5 years in charge earlier this month, having led England in a record 64 tests. I am honored to be given the chance to lead the England Test team, said Stokes. This is a real privilege and I'm excited about getting started this summer. Stokes' first test as permanent England captain will be against world champions New Zealand at Lord's on 2nd June. He previously captained England in the first test defeat by West Indies in 2020 when Root missed the match to attend the birth of his second child. I want to thank Joe Root for everything he has done for English cricket and for always being a great ambassador for the sport all across the world, added Stokes. Stokes was appointed captain by new managing director of England men's cricket Rob Key in his first major act in the role. Gab Ellison reporting for Undaunted, ABC Amba News.
And this is an urgent announcement. Now, if you had cancelled your monthly CID through your bank, you need to report your card lost so that you can get a new card issued. Cool plotters have secretly reactivated your cancellation and the same debit card goes through. Now, the solution is you go report card loss so that you can get a new card with new information that will be issued by your bank. Do it now so that any fraudulent attempt will be rejected by the bank. We sincerely apologize for the break you saw in our editorial. We have it here with us now. Stay smart, we'll give you the editorial right now.
In our editorial of today, we will resume the recount of the historicity of today's Ambazonia. Before this day, we had a walk through pre-1858 Amba's Bay before the arrival of the Europeans. 1858, the city of Victoria established by Alfred Saker. 1884, establishment of the Amba's Bay Protectorate. 1887, the Amba's Bay Protectorate ceded to Germany. 1916, Britain and France occupied German Cameroon. In 1919, German Cameroon divided at the Versailles Treaty. Today we make even further. 1922, the Cameroons become a League of Nations mandate. In 1922, the Cameroons was made a League of Nations mandated territory under United Kingdom administration, while French Cameroon was also made a League of Nations mandated territory under French administration. This further established the international character of these territories and helped develop a national identity for the people of the Southern Cameroons. It was also during the same period that the erstwhile German plantation were consolidated into a national corporation called the Cameroon Development Corporation, CDC, which was to act as the economic engine of development for the territory. As we fast forward in 1946, we will examine how the Southern Cameroons become a UN trust territory. After the Second World War, following the trusteeship agreement between the United Nations and the United Kingdom of December 13, 1946, the Southern Cameroons became a UN trust territory under the administration of the United Kingdom. As with the League of Nations mandate, this further solidifies the status of the Southern Cameroons Ambazonia as an internationally recognized territory within secured boundaries as opposed to French Cameroon or Nigeria. Notwithstanding the fact that the territory was governed via the eastern region of Nigeria for matters of convenience. And finally, for today, we get into 1954 when the Southern Cameroons attained self-rule in Boya. As mentioned earlier, the United Kingdom, as administrator of the Southern Cameroons, was pushed to recognize the decisive move by our leaders to withdraw from the Eastern House of Representatives Enugu to form a government in Boya. Being a distinct political entity as per the UN trusteeship agreement, the territory was also represented at the federal capital in Lagos through the auspices of the National Council of Nigeria and the Cameroons NCNC, a party headed by Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. It was due to our high level of political maturity and our unique status as a UN trust territory with a right to independence and sovereign statehood. Dr. E.M.L. Ndele was able to lead our people to self-rule in Boya, becoming the first prime minister and head of government in 1954. Undaunted compiled these historical facts thanks to our news director, Tar Party King, and this is where we end the historical expose for today. You do not want to miss any of our subsequent editions for anything in this world. If you want to get more of such beautiful listings, visit our website at www.abcambertv.com to enjoy the best revolutionary platform broadcasting from Africa to the world. I am Star Smart reporting for Undaunted ABC Amber News. this report, we come to the end of tonight's Undaunted. But first, let's have a recap.
Tonight on Undaunted, we analyze the Republic of Cameroon and the Russian Federation signed a military cooperation agreement in Moscow on the 12th of April 2022. The agreement was purportedly signed between Cameroon's Minister of Defense, Minister Joseph Betty Asomo, and his Russian counterpart, Sergei Shoigu. This is interesting, sir.
Very interesting. From the Secretary Mungwa presentation, this surprising agreement comes almost 2 months after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, a move that has drawn widespread condemnation from the international community. This action prompted a UN General Assembly vote in February, condemning the Russian invasion of Ukraine and calling for an end to the ongoing war that has led to the death of tens of thousands and forcing millions of Ukrainians as refugees in foreign lands.
This action also led to a vote at the UN General Assembly suspending Russia from the UN Human Rights Council. This invasion also comes at a time when Cameroon is engaged in a brutal war of occupation and genocide in the southern Cameroon. Ambazonia for the past 5 years now. Within the text of this military cooperation agreement, the two countries agreed to exchange opinions and information in the field of international defense and security policy, training troops, military education, medicine, and topography.
Onyi, I think it should be noted that Cameroon's military cooperation with Russia dates back to 2013 when Cameroon signed a contract with Russia to deliver Mi-17 multi-role military transport helicopters. The contract was signed with Russian state arm exporter Rosoboron Exports, a unit of Russian technologies, so the recent agreement is not the first time that Cameroon would enter into a military deal with the European superpower. Also in April 2015, Russia and Cameroon signed a military technical cooperation agreement.
So smart, if I get you correctly, it means that what makes this agreement significant is the timing of it. At a time when many countries around the world are cutting ties and condemning Russia for its recent invasion of her relatively smaller neighbor, Ukraine. It also comes on the heels of the increasing activities of the Crimean-linked Wagner Group, a private military outfit that is present in a number of African countries like Mali and helps in boosting Russia's influence in West Africa and allegedly involved in Yemen as well.
Exactly that. We will definitely see to the end of this. That was the focus of tonight's Undaunted. Aside from the fact that we processed the re-election of President Emmanuel Macron, his promises made during first term, like the apology to Africa against annexation, we still think Francophone Francophone needs a revision vis-a-vis France-Africa relations.
And that was it for tonight's Undaunted, bringing into the news Untold Stories. I am Onyi Okpala.
And I am Star Smart.
We'll leave you with ABC Amba images. Stay tuned.